The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the April 26th, the magical, magnificent, marvelous Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, that's this. During this next 60 minutes, could be 60 seconds, but really during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, well, we've got you covered there. You can always go ahead and send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, and our Tigers. Then, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on magical, magnificent, marvelous Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. A little bit of a mixed bag out here. The Dow just off slightly, down 13 points. The S&P up 7. NASDAQ 100 is up 48, 0.3%. Russell's up 1 2/10% or 27 points. Semis up 1 3/4%. That would be 55 points. Trading out at 32.52. The transports are back 33. Gold's up $2, silver 13 pennies. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside. You've got Booking Holdings $62, Shopify 44, Proof Point 40, that's 31%, MicroStrategy 35, and the trade desk is up 21. To the downside, taking a break, you got Sam Adams Beer, Boston Beer, SAM's a ticker symbol off $57, over 4%. Lennox International down $11 or 3%. FactSet Research 3% or $11. Dorman Products $11, $9.50. Etsy is up 9. So certainly things to look at. Of course, we're going to look at what you want to look at. The first question actually came in yesterday morning. I just saved it. And this is coming from Mike in New Hampshire. And Mike wanted to take a look at Bitcoin. And Mike says, I think Bitcoin could have a deep retracement this year, possibly to the monthly oscillator and change line. Would you kindly display your monthly oscillator and change line, other possible long-term support levels? So monthly. First, let's just start here by taking a look at Bitcoin in the daily time frame. So, and I'm putting up the continuous contract. I believe June is the active contract here. And it just doesn't have enough data to pick up all of my signals. So we'll ignore the TAS market profiles on her. We don't have to ignore anything else. What Bitcoin did 6 days ago or so generated a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. It did it before it gapped to the downside. It did that with that Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal confirmed with that bear sash candle and in a close below that oscillator and change line. And all prices done here, Mike, is pulled back to breakout support. We're looking at the daily time frame chart. I know it's not what you asked me for, but I want you to understand price pulled back to 46,295. So the idea that it's going to head lower, well, what it might do right now is have a little bit of a counter trend move up into the 58,551 level, if we could even call that a counter trend move. So just a consolidation. Prices, in essence, is close to testing. By the way, that support level was 46,295. Now, I'll just switch this to a monthly time frame. Well, yeah, I'll do that. I'll just do it like this, and I'm going to go in and edit the chart because the oscillator and change line here, is that what you were looking for? Yeah. The oscillator and change line here for the monthly basis is set to the daily time frame. So if you give me a moment here, where's the indicator right there? Let's go change the time frame on it to daily, and give me a moment here to do that. I'm sorry, to monthly. So we'll set that to monthly. And the answer to your question here, Mike, with all the data I've got, it's 32,196. If I'm looking at the monthly chart, I don't see a top here. inside of Bitcoin, just so you know. But to give you the number that you were looking at, that number, I'm going to change this back, by the way, since I don't need this on monthly, is at the 32,196 level. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in, and best of luck with you on that trade out there, or potential trade. So no other questions at it. Oh, I take that back. There was another question that came in. This one from Ian. And Ian wants to take a look at the energy sector. So let's do that by looking at the XLE. And Ian's looking to take some long positions inside the energy sector. So as we take a look at the XLE, here's what we can see. The XLE forms a Rhodes momentum indicator top, busts through its first level of support. That was at 49.48. So Ian, price is trading below that oscillator and change line on a daily basis with inside its daily profile. And where price might be, and no bottoming signal, price might be headed to 45.28, even 40.009, 4009. But 45.28 is the next breakout area. Today is not going to become bar number 5 of a TD9 count if it closes where it is, so there won't be any of those patterns out there. That's the daily. On the weekly time frame, let's see what the XLE is generating for us, signaling to you and I. It generates a TD9 count top. Price is below its oscillator and change line. Last week was bar number 4 of a TD9 count. Support here is in the 37.51. That's the ultimate. That's breakout support. And then you have TAS market profile support at 40.48 to 43.57. So I'm not seeing the bottom in the energy sector yet that you're looking for, at least when we take a look at the weekly and the daily time frame. I would imagine that's the same if we took a look at the top holdings. Now, what are the top holdings? I don't know that ExxonMobil is a top holding any longer. Let me just see if I can do a quick search here. XLE components and top 10. Here we go. So this is coming from, so Chevron is 21%. Yeah, so that's so let's go take a look at, now I would imagine Chevron's chart is going to look just like the XLE out here, but let's find out. We'll find out here momentarily. This is the weekly time frame chart here for CVX. With regard to its top, I don't have a TD9 count, but still, price on a weekly basis trading below its oscillator and change line, suggesting 98.64 is where it should pull back to. The daily time frame here, as we take a look and populate this does not have any kind of bottoming signal. This is Chevron. So Ian, I think with this being 21%, ConocoPhillips is the next one. COP, I believe, is the ticker symbol for that, and that is about 6% of the weighting. So it goes Chevron, Conoco, Schlumberger, EOJ. Here, all I see in ConocoPhillips is that counter trend rally up to the oscillator and change line because it changed colors about 3 or 4 days ago. So sit tight when it comes to the energy sector, at least with regard to the top names and the ETF itself. Right now, we've got the Dow off 11 points. The S&P is up 8. NASDAQ is up 57 points out there. We're about to go to a break. What can we show you right now as we go into that break? What would be good to look at? Let's go to the equity futures, all the time frames, and let's just switch panels out here real quickly. So we leave you with this chart here. This is going to be the NQ, I believe. Yeah, the NQ for the weekly, daily, 5-hour, 4-hour, 2-hour, 1-hour, 30-minute, and the 15-minute time frame. Top or not is the question to you. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating educating investors.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So I switched up the charts during the break only because I looked inside our Tiger's Den and there was a specific question from Ruby in Tiger's Den. Ruby's question is, where is it? Steve, very calm market today. Any chance for a retracement in the Dow equity future contract? So what we're doing is we're looking at the 30-minute time frame chart. Now, this morning when price spiked up at about 10 o'clock, it was 10:30. Let's find out exactly when that was. That was at about 10 o'clock this morning. Price was generating, or what it did do was it generated a Rhodes momentum indicator signal, and then at the same time it also generated a bearish reversal candle, the dark cloud cover. So Ruby's question with regard to the retracement, and I want to really make this clear because I teach you how to do this. If you're not familiar with the pattern, please just take the time and sign up for Mastering Probability. If you do it for 29 days, it doesn't cost you. You'll learn this pattern, and then you'll be able, both of these patterns really that we're taking a look at, and then you'll be able to have that question. You will allow the market, instead of me answering the question, you will allow the market to answer that question for you. And that's really, in my opinion, for me, that's what this show is all about. On a daily basis, is showing you how to do this. Tom is the one that showed me how to do it. Now, I had to make the commitment. I had to go to the Master Trader Series. I had to put in thousands of hours to understand this and learn my patterns, but I try to condense those thousands of hours into really minutes to just have you focus on what you need to focus on. Well, on this chart, all that we really need to focus on once we understand that there was a topping signal is where is support. And the key level of support here is the breakout area. Now, that's at 33,914. And here's another cool thing about this pattern. There's nobody. There is not a single person in the technical field that would have chosen, well, Tom DeMark would have because he was using this tool, but it developed this tool that would have chosen 33,914 as the breakout level. No. And people would have chosen this little swing point right back here at about 2030. And in that case there, that low is 33,890. Is that the breakout area? No, it's not. So the breakout area for Ruby is 33,914. Now, if Ruby was short at this stage here, what should she do? Because you're at 33,914 and prices at 33,918. Well, she'd put on a tight stop, that's for sure. There's no bottoming signal. You're only going to be in bar number 7 of a TD9 count, but you're so close to support here, you'd want to tighten up that stop. Now, what Ruby's looking for first is a close below 33,914. And then what she really needs is a second close. So she needs a close below that level at 130. It's a 120. And then she needs another close below that at 2 o'clock to suggest that there is a breakdown that's happening. All price is done right now, Ruby, is pulled back to support. It's not Stevie's support. It's not Ruby's support. It's its support, which was generated by the TD9 count that helped us to understand exactly, objectively, where that level was. Now, the problem is it's in bar number 7. And even if you get a close below that level now, and then again at 2 o'clock at bar number 8, we know that a bottom can form on bars 8, 9, or the bar following bar number 9. So if you were short here, Ruby, you got to trade it how you're going to trade it. I know what I would do, but you need to do. Well, here, let's just do this real quickly for her. Let's come over. Live, we on the air? Where are we at out here? In any event, let's go ahead and man, nothing from anybody. Gotta love that. I'm back. Okay, hey, thanks, Bill. Appreciate that. So here on the 15-minute basis, just to go back here, you got 33,914. So there's 2 levels of support, Ruby, that the Dow has gotten down to, and so just simply trade accordingly. Now, before we went to that break, I was asking about the NQ, and I said top or not out here. So oops, sorry about that. Let me put up the actual contract here and get this going. Because I screwed that up. This might take just a few seconds. So you've got the weekly, then it'll populate the daily, 5-hour, 4-hour, 2-hour, 1 hour, 30-minute. And really it's the 30-minute time frame chart that stuck out to me with regard to, hey, top or not, at least short-term top or not. By the way, with regard to top or not on a daily basis, there's already top in place. We talked about that during the 1 o'clock update, and that still is in place out here. Now, the NQ is likely targeting the price point. Here's the 5-hour time frame. It's likely targeting 14,052. If it's going to do that, and the way that you will know that is by paying attention to the 30-minute time frame chart. The 30-minute has a TD9 count top. That took place at 11:30 this morning. So if price can close above 13,989.50, then that 5-hour time frame that we looked at will likely fulfill that price objective, get back to that TD9 breakdown level. Now, just because there was a TD9 count on the 30-minute time frame chart, does that mean you should go short now? Now, an aggressive trader could take that position, have it close above the high of the day so far, but would also recognize that you don't have any kind of confirmation yet. In other words, there's not a level of support that price is broken below to suggest that it actually wants lower price, other than to test those little breakout or those little support areas. In this case here, that little support area is at 13,960 as we speak right now. So with regard to top or not, well, the 30-minute says, yeah, I've got a little bit of a top, but not proven itself. The daily time frame actually has a sell to D point. Now, although I can't draw the A to B equals CD pattern in here, you can visually see that. You can see the 3-river evening star, and that's why price must close above that top in order to generate or negate the pattern and suggest that price wants to move higher. However, here's what we know. Price is above the oscillator and change line. It is green, the oscillator and change line, and that is bullish, and that suggests that price wants to move to higher ground. So the daily time frame chart is saying, hey, I'm just recharging my batteries out here. I know about that TD9 count top in the 30-minute basis, but I'm ready to tackle those sellers out there, and that's the signal that I'm seeing when I take a look at this multi-time frame set of charts for the NQ. Now, there's a bunch of questions, or a number of questions that have come in during the breakout here. So we've got one here from Mike in Sarasota. Mike wants to take a look at WIN. So let me do this here. Here, let's do this for Mike. For Mikey, WYNN. Now, in this case here, we've got the monthly, weekly, daily, and then the different intraday time frame charts that I look at for cash positions. And both have earnings on June 6th, no position, but you're thinking long. So if we take a look at Wynn Resorts on its daily time frame out here, Mike, no bottom signal. Price is inside a bullish structured profile. It's likely headed to 127.75, maybe 131.85, which is the breakdown resistance level. On the short-term time frame charts, I'm not seeing anything compelling just yet at the moment. Do we have a clear signal on when from an earnings standpoint? You know, the 195-minute chart's got a TD9 count bottom. What I can say is if Wynn were to release their earnings today, Mike, versus on the 6th, May 6th out here, odds would favor that price would at least punch up into the 131.85-ish area out there. Do you take the trade between now and then? I think there's better instruments that form bottoms, that have already formed bottoms, several of which I gave to subscribers this morning to consider. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow's off 24, S&P's up 6, the NASDAQ 47, the Russell's 26. We're taking a look at the PENN. P-E-N-N is the ticker symbol. This is also for Mike in Sarasota. He's thinking of perhaps going long here, Penn National Gaming. So here's what we know about Penn National Gaming. One, price is pulled back to a support area, Mike, without any kind of bottom signal. So when I say support area, on a weekly basis, that's panel number 2 from the left, that's close to the bottom of the weekly profile at 8504. Price is trading with inside a bullish structured profile. It's kind of hard to see the bottom. I can tell you it's 87.84 is where the bottom is at. If Penn National Gaming has formed a bottom, price is going to need to close above the top of that daily bearish structured profile at 95.42. We don't have the patterns in play on the daily time frame to suggest that. That doesn't mean that it can't. It's just I don't have a clear bottoming signal for you on Penn National Gaming for its daily time frame, or really its intra-session times either. And so I'd be kind of hesitant here to play in this rodeo. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in. Michael P. is short ARKK. ARKK. I believe that's what you're short, Mike. You would put in AARK, and I think you went to the Stevie school for typing out there. But I believe that is for ARK Investment, one of the ARK. Even I'm doing RRK. There we go. Is that it? ARKK. ARKK. Let me see. There we go. That's your ARK ETF. So I believe that is what you're short out here. But if not, Mike, go ahead and send it back to me. So you're short this, and we've got to try to figure out, okay, did this thing form a bottom? And it did. So I can't, no, I don't see being short here, Mike. If in fact ARKK is your instrument. So this formed a beautiful, when it did pull back into March 30th, it formed a beautiful TD9 Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom, both of them. And then what did it do? It forms that bottom signal, and price takes its way right up to resistance. Now remember, this 129 level here again. There's not a technician inside of TFNN right now, even in the Tigers Den anywhere, that would have chosen 129 even Steven as the breakdown level. But that's exactly where price traded up to and then pulled back. So Mike, now it's pulled back. It does a very short retracement. Hasn't taken out any prior swing points. If anything, it may have formed in the C point of the A to B equals CD to the upside. You'll know that if you do see it close above 129. I don't know whether price will close above 129. Would I short this? Would I be short this at this stage here? Knowing you have a confirmed bottom and the potential, because that retracement, which looks like it was a 50% retracement or something, that you might have an A to B equals CD to the upside here. Would I be short ARKK? My answer on the daily time frame says no, that's not the case. Now, let's look at some intraday time frames out here. Do we see any signals to be short? And the answer there too is we don't. So Mike, I don't see the short inside of ARKK, but still might work out. And best of luck. What you really need is a close below 122.24. So I hope that helps you out. Marty writes in and says, what did the chart say about HMY? That's Harmony Gold, or Harmony, HMY is the ticker symbol. So let's go see. And his question is, what did it look like long-term and short-term? So we've got to wait for this to populate, but there we go. On a monthly basis, price above its oscillator and change line on top of its daily profile. That says I want higher price. Friday was a bar number 8 of a TD9 count, but that's still not going to be a valid TD9 count unless by tomorrow, today or tomorrow, you see a spike above 504. If you don't get a spike above 504, everything here looks good and looks like price wants to continue higher. That's the weekly, by the way, that we were looking at. The daily says I'm trading right up into resistance right now, right into this 495-ish type area. That's your resistance on the daily time frame, bearish structured profile out there, bar number 7 today. It looks to me, Marty, like this wants to continue to move higher. That's what I see when I look at the monthly. That's what I see when I take a look at the weekly right now. The daily's got this battle that it's dealing with. You actually like this battle today because, well, maybe you don't. But a close above 495 would say, okay, I'm ready to head to higher ground. That's on ticker symbol HMY. Marty, hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in. The next question coming from Hector and the fuel injectors. And Hector wants to take a look at a monthly A to B equals CD up on Microsoft. Hector, I thought we did this before, but MSFT. So I'm going to go to my black background charts here. Give me a moment to switch over so that you can follow along as well. And it's the monthly time frame specifically that Hector is asking about. So Hector, it all depends where we want to start this monthly A to B equals CD. If you're asking me and taking a look at this chart, where would I start it at? I would start it at the lows. And where would I run it up into? Well, so we're going to come back to 2009. So 2009, that bottom is going to be our A point. What I would use as my B point now is I would come all the way up to the 2020 high. That would be my B point inside of Microsoft. And my C point would be that 2020 low, that March low out there. And that's going to give you longer term a price projection of 308.35, 356, 417. If we take a look at the move off of the March 20 lows, you can see it's an explosive move. When I say explosive, much stronger than coming off of the 2009 bottom. So that's one A to B equals CD that's in play. That's the longer term or the bigger picture. Is there anything else that we could come up with here? You could use smaller A to B equals CD patterns. But the largest retracement was obviously between the 2020 high and the 2020 low. And I believe that's what we need to be using as our B and C point of any type of A to B equals CD to the upside. Overall, with regard to Microsoft, you've got price above the top of the daily, weekly, and monthly profiles out there. So it's just simply a strong looking stock chart out there. So I hope that helps you out, Hector and Patty. Thanks so much for writing in. I believe that's all of the questions thus far. Well, I'll take that back. ARKK. Okay, yep, that was for Mike, so good. Thanks for confirming that. Tim writes in, and Tim says, can we take a look at Mercado Libre? MELI is the ticker symbol. We absolutely can. So let's get that going right here on our black background chart just for a moment. And Mercado Libre, what's your question for a possible breakout over 1615? So on a daily basis, Mercado Libre right now is taking on resistance here, Tim, and that is at the exact level of 1612.56, and you're at 1612.98. 1612.56 is the top of the daily profile. If price can clear that, that will signal to you that price should move to 1672.33. Now, I'm not getting too granular right to the point, but I am getting too granular right to the point. But 1672.33, that's really the next key level of resistance that price must break in order to suggest some kind of breakout. So you say breakout above that 1612-ish area on the daily, and I'm on board with that. But because we have the ability to see the weekly set of profiles out here, we know that resistance is not that much further ahead. Will price do that? On a daily basis, let me just pull over the daily chart out here instead of switching around screens. Here on a daily time frame, you're going to see that Mercado Libre, when it formed its last top, April 13th, TD9 count, and then price is consolidated with inside its profile. And so what you're looking for here is if price can close above 1629.29. That's telling you that price wants to make that higher move out there. That higher move, the top of the weekly profile. And then above that, Tim, we're looking at 1955.74. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Would love to hear from you as well. 877-927-6648. Or just go ahead and send me an email, steve@tfnn.com.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. You got the Dow is off 35, S&P's up 6, NASDAQ up 54, Russell is up 25. So we got quite an earnings week in front of us. Why don't we take a look at some of the instruments, I believe, that are reporting, Apple, Facebook, Google, things of that sort. So let's do that by looking at our multi-paneled charts out here. Multi-panel chart's going to give us a view of the daily, weekly, monthly. So when we take a look at Apple specifically, Apple right now has, on a monthly basis, has a TD9 Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. What price has been unable to do is take out even the first level of support. The first level of support is that oscillator and change line. So its signal to us right now is really neutral to bullish, I would say. You've got the bearish pattern, but because support is held, that's why I say neutral to bullish. On a weekly basis, we get a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Price pulls back, tests support. And price right now on a weekly basis is sitting on that oscillator and change line. So it's really neutral. So we got the monthly neutral to bullish, the weekly in absolutely neutral territory, and the daily actually has a sell the D point. I don't have the A to B equals CD drawn in here, but if price can close above the top of its daily profile, 135.47, really what it really needs to do, Apple, the resistance level here is going to be at 136.99. That's the TD9 breakdown level. If price can close above that, price is headed much higher. But that's your resistance area. So how is Apple going to respond? Well, you got neutral on the daily, on the weekly, neutral to bullish on the monthly. You're still in you're neutral to bullish on the daily because of its sell the D point, but price being above the oscillator and change line. So not a clear signal there. The 195-minute chart has got Rhodes Momentum Indicator tops, as does the 130, as does the 65, as does the 30-minute chart out here. So with regard to Apple, there is not a clear message as to how this might respond to an earnings release. But weekly, monthly, daily, it's not looking bad. But it does have those little topping signals. But remember, price has already pushed its way down to support, which has held, and that's helpful. The next instrument, or I don't know if it's the next instrument, but another instrument that I believe is releasing numbers this week is Google. So let's go take a look at Google. GOOG is the ticker symbol. Let's let these charts here populate. Again, monthly, weekly, daily, and the intraday charts. And on a monthly time frame for Google, it's very bullish. The reason I say it's very bullish is because it looks like, now the month doesn't end until Friday, but if in fact price is able to close above the TD9 top, that's at 2152, this is a very strong bullish message for the monthly time frame. The weekly time frame, there's no topping signal in play. It negated its TD9 count top. So monthly says very strong for Google. Weekly says very strong for Google. If we expand out the daily time frame, it says very strong for Google, although it is in wave number 7. That's a potential top. It does have a Rhodes momentum indicator signal triggered, but no bearish reversal candle. So it is still bullish out there. It just says, hey, take your umbrella with you. Daily, weekly, monthly for Google says, I want higher price. The intraday charts, not really showing anything of significance, certainly nothing to the downside. So right now, if Google were to report earnings right now after the bell, its charts are suggesting to you and I that it wants to head to higher ground. Who else has got numbers out this week, Denners? Apple, Google, I presume Facebook as well. We take a look at Facebook, see what it is doing. Again, let's give this a little bit of time to populate. And on Facebook, as it populates, no topping pattern that is in play on a monthly basis, none on the weekly basis. TD9 count on the daily at a top, but I believe it might have been Hector or somebody last week pointed out that Facebook has a TD9 bottom. So what does that mean? That says Facebook wants to go target that oscillator and change on it, 307.97. Above that, 314.43. So Facebook, kind of interesting. No top on the monthly, no top on the weekly, and it's already formed a bottom on the daily time frame. Ultimate support on any move lower inside of Facebook is going to be 284.70. You got bottom signals on the 65, the 30-minute, the 15-minute time frame chart out here. So Facebook looks like it wants to continue to move higher. So we had Apple, Google, Facebook, Microsoft we've already looked at. I can't remember all of the instruments that are coming out with earnings this week, but at least there is 3 of them. So no other questions out here. None in the den, none anywhere. So let's continue to surf around. Let's surf around by changing screens out here. And let's go. Oh, there is a warning signal. How am I going to do that? This signal right here. So just something to think about, something to continue to observe. No confirmation just yet. And that is the S&P 500 hit a higher high today, intraday. Maybe trading at it now. And where is it? Right here. So it made, and because it did that, I went ahead and drew in this little rising trend line. And the rising trend line that I'm using, I'm beginning with April 16th. The reason I use April 16th is because that is the lowest closing low over the course of the last several days inside the spot volatility index. And what we can see here is we have a rising spot volatility index. While right now what has triggered today is a rising move in the S&P 500. And so that says, be patient. There could be a top here. You can see other instances where we have that divergence. Now, this is really the key to this pattern. Things will not get rocking and rolling to the downside until you see that spot volatility index close above its 50-day exponential moving average. Currently, the spot VIX is printing at 1779, and the 50-day exponential moving average is at 1990. That's really the key area to be watching and to observe. If we take a look at both the S&P 500, let's do this here. Let me pull that chart over. If we look at the S&P 500, the cash indice, what we're going to see is it actually drew a line in today too, but that's a different line. That is a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. Actually drew it in on Friday. So it has the potential for a topping. It has a topping pattern that is in play, but it has not been confirmed. So the S&P 500 is something we want to keep our eyes on over the next several days for some type of bearish reversal candle, which would confirm that pattern. But we don't have anything as we speak right now in place out here. And the other chart that I would be looking at for that type of signal of a top is the New York Stock Exchange. And as I pull over the NYSE chart, here's what we see here. No sign of a top. Really no. Yes, it is still moving higher, doing less relative energy. It's above the oscillator and change line. So even though we saw that divergence as we're taking a look at the New York Stock Exchange, its advanced decline oscillator reading, we do not have any kind of signal of a top just yet. We're at the end of the week here. Odds favor that prices continue to move sideways to higher while we're still in the end of that favorable seasonal cycle. If we take a look at some real short-term trends during the day, here are the short-term trends for gold, silver, light sweet crude, and the U.S. dollar index on the very bottom right panel of the screen. So we can see that the light sweet crude is the only thing that is trading above trend line resistance as we speak right now. With regard to the equity future contracts out here, is there anything really from a trend standpoint worth noting? Nope, not really. As far as daily profiles go, no new daily profiles for the ES, the NQ, the YM, or the Russell 2000. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at ticker symbol WKEY, Wise Key International for Dan in the Tiger's Den. And Dan, my other charts don't show any kind of bottoming patterns on the daily or the weekly, so we're just going to skip that and go right to the profile levels. Because if we look at this thing pulled back a little, about a 0.786 retracement from its low to its high. And in the daily time frame, what it did was it found support at the bottom of its weekly profile, and that's at 884. If we take a look at the daily profile, about 3 days ago, this formed a bullish structured daily profile. And now what's transpired today is prices made its way up to resistance. And resistance is 1049. Price is trading at 1049 as we speak right now. I don't know whether price will be able to clear this area or not, but price is trading into resistance. If price could clear 1049, 2 consecutive days that is, then that would signal to you that price should go target 1393. Real quickly, there's a couple of questions that I see came in. DAL, this is for Vicky, I believe, and Vicky's question is today, an island bottom. It is not an island bottom inside of DAL. For an island bottom, I'll show you one, Southern Copper out here. And on Southern Copper, let's get rid of the A to B equals CD. Vicky, you're looking at the candle session, so go back and take a look at SCCO. Look at the day of March 25th. What you'll see is that is a island bottom pattern. Why? Because there was a gap to the downside between the trading session of 324 and then 325, and then there was a gap to the upside on 326. And price never touched the high of that candle session for March 25th, which was $66.31. So if you're looking for island bottoms, go to Southern Copper. If you're looking for island tops, go to Southern Copper. Because, Vicky, all you need to do is go take a look at the trading session for February 22nd, 2021. So thanks for the question and the ability to go to one chart to find both an island top and an island bottom. Folks, stay tuned, because we've got Fantasy Island coming up. Your favorite polar bear, David White, he's up next. Tom O'Brien to take us on home, and I'll be back with you on Terrific Tuesday. Have a magical, magnificent, marvelous Monday, folks.